Hello. Just saw Ben Rankin's video with a beautiful Citadel label. Wow, stunning. Um, yeah, of course I've heard of that label, but I've never owned anything on it because those three excellent singles he played excerpts from. I was living in Canberra, the capital of Australia, Australian Capital Territory, when they came out, and we had the wonderful Impact import record shop, really good, but they weren't real big on stocking singles. It was mainly albums and then eventually a handful of CDs just before I came back to Sydney. But so I missed those. I hadn't heard them at the time, so they weren't played down on the radio there. But I think I would have been just a fraction too old for those 45s. I would have been in my pushing my mid-30s then. You feel a bit silly going in there and buying, pop, power pop punk stuff for late teens and 30. It just doesn't feel right. It wouldn't have felt right. But this feels much better to me. Now, this one will drive Ben crazy with envy if he sees this. There's a great Australian band called the Little River Band. And before that, they were the Twilights. So sort of a dubious bunch of lads. But there were two guys in what's that band I just said, the Little River Band. There were two guys in that band. One of these guys was in Zoot, which was they did sort of a heavy Vanilla Fudge type version of Eleanor Rigby, sort of like the way Vanilla Fudge did it. A big hit in Australia. I got the single here. Graham Goble. He wrote this big hit song, and I just absolutely love it. It's on the bootleg. The Fable label offshoot. I should put it the other way around. That's right. Yeah, great track. I just love this track. I can't help it. I just love it. It came out in July 1972. It was a huge hit in Australia. Kings of the World by Mississippi. Now, why an Australian band would call itself Mississippi, I have no idea. But there you have it. So that's one copy I have. I just love this song. I just love it. I've got a real soft spot for big pop ballads, And this is my other copy, which I had to make the sleeve for because I couldn't find another boot. I actually love that. That's a great bag, let's face it. Another copy. This one's the better copy. So I got two copies. And this was back, it says on the back here, I must have done this about 12 years ago or something. Record collecting can be expensive. To earn extra cash, I design aircraft. Here are two prototypes. Top, the Vagrant Wombat, and bottom, the Vagrant Bunyip. So because Australia is a very poor country, it's like Nicaragua or Bangladesh, we buy up old surplus US aircraft. This is a 1960s jet. The back is from a World War II Hellcat, but it flies. It actually flies. It doesn't fly very well, but it's quite. It does the job. And on the bottom there, I think that's probably. I know that's definitely off some American plane from the 60s, and I got a feeling this must have been a Russian MiG that got shot down in Vietnam, and they brought it back to Australia. So I designed those, and yeah, made a bit of extra cash, and I could afford to buy an extra copy of that. Hooroo!